We're talking here today about 4 payment strategies that you want in place from day one inside your coaching business. Pricing is not something that you want to make up as you go along. Flying by the seat of your pants is a really big mistake when it comes to pricing and payment strategies that you set up with your clients. I believe that how you handle pricing and your payment structures, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, is a huge contributor to you being seen as credible as a coach. It's a huge contributor to your confidence. And I think it's the single biggest contributor, to you becoming a woman of wealth inside of your business. I mean, that's really how you do that, is how you're based on how your pricing is set up and your structures and your strategies, which I'm going to show you here today. So my name is Kendall SummerHawk. Thank you if you're new to following me. I appreciate it and glad you're here. I am the creative founder of the #1 certified business and money coach training school for women. My vision is to empower you to create a lucrative, soulful coaching business that you are 100% in love with. My passion is helping you own your worth without apology and making fabulous money in your business as a result of that. Now, a quick mention here, we are enrolling right now for the next 2 rounds of our certified coach training. The next one starts Monday, October 1st, and the one right after that is October 22nd, Monday, October 22nd. So we're enrolling right now for coaches to come into that certification training class. And this is for my signature certification training, which is the Money, Marketing, and Soul Certified Coach Training Program. Now, this program has been proven to be the most effective training that you can get if you want to start coaching in the fastest growing niche that's available, which is women entrepreneurs. Now, the Money, Marketing, and Soul Certified Coach Training Program, this is for you if you are ambitious, okay? You got to be ambitious. And it's for you if you want to make significant income as a soul-inspired business coach. It is for you if you want to feel rock star confident in knowing how to coach using really what's become the industry's most powerful transformational coaching skills. And I say that because we have women coming into the training who are new to coaching, maybe haven't been trained at all as a coach. But we also have women coming into the training who already have coach training, or they're coming from a therapy background, or they're coming from a consulting background. And they're saying this coach training has changed my life. Even just the piece about how to be a coach, the actual skill of coaching, they're saying is absolutely the best they've ever seen. So I just am so grateful to hear that. But this is also for you if you want to create a lucrative, soulful coaching business that you are 100% in love with, and that gives you tremendous flexibility in terms of your time and your freedom and your sense of independence. And just really quickly here, and then we'll get into the core content today. What makes this training so unique is that I'm teaching you how to coach. I am teaching you what to coach on. So I'm training and certifying you in done-for-you content that you can then take and use, brand as your own, and use with your clients. So this saves, it saves days and days and weeks and months of work, because I've done it all for you, and I'm training you in these different pieces of done-for-you content that you can take out and use to sign on new clients and coach them through this content. So you have ready-made programs available for you. So and plus we give you just a crazy amount of marketing support, done for you marketing. We give you private coaching. So there's a lot that's in this Money, Marketing, and Soul Certified Coach Training Program. What I would recommend you do, because we have 2 classes we're enrolling for, we're just finishing enrolling for our October 1st, which starts Monday, and then our October 22nd, which is also a Monday. So that's coming up really, really fast. So the way to find out more is to go to coachtrainingmasterclass.com. I would encourage you to watch that training. It's 45 minutes, great content inside of it, really good content. And then at the end, I also walk you through in more detail about the Certified Money, Marketing, and Soul Coach Training Program, so you can get a really clear sense. And if this is intriguing to you, book an appointment. Watch that video, book an appointment to talk with us, and we will have an honest, thoughtful, very you-centric conversation. It's not about us. This is about you. Conversation with you, a very honest conversation to see if this is a good fit for you. All right. And if it is, then your decision will be easy. And if it's not, then that's great too. We're not pushy or salesy. The person you're going to talk to is a certified coach. All right. So it's not an enrolling person. It's a certified coach. All right. So go to coachtrainingmasterclass.com and check out that free training, and then we'll take it from there. So let's go through talking about 4 payment strategies that you want in place from day one with your coaching business, okay? So think of these strategies as how you handle your fees and getting paid, all right? Now, I recommend writing each of these down with your own numbers next to them so that you're crystal clear, you're very consistent, and you're confident in how you handle the money part of your coaching business. And I think that it still shocks me to this day how many women in coaching are they're uncomfortable talking about money, which I'll cover in a different video. They really stumble. They struggle with this. They're not consistent. They don't know, should they charge everybody the same, or how do they raise their rates? You know, how do they do all this money stuff? It's not that hard. The main thing that you want to do is you want to be really clear what your strategies are. And I'm going to give you 4 of them right now. What your strategies are so that you're crystal clear and you're consistent, so that you're not stumbling. You're not, this isn't a place of difficulty for you. It's how you get paid. It's on one hand, it's a big deal because it is what will transform you into a woman of wealth, but it's also not a big deal in that it's easy. Like, this is one of the easiest things to do in your coaching business, I promise. All right, so let's talk about these 4 payment strategies, okay? So this is not so much about what to charge, it's about how you charge. Okay, so, and by the way, if you're already coaching, I want you to still listen to this, all right? Because here's the deal. I so often see experienced coaches not following through on these strategies, not following through all the way with them, not following through and they're being consistent. There's always like one little thing that they're missing that could really make a difference and really make a significant impact for them in the ease of growing their business and in the ease of how much money they're making. Pardon me, I gotta keep drinking. It's so dry here. Keep drinking water, that is. All right, so even if you're an experienced coach, hang with me on this and make sure that you are doing everything that I'm talking about. And if you're newer to coaching, you're just adding coaching to your existing business, for example, then this is going to set you up for success very quickly and very easily. All right, so payment strategy number 1, offer pay in full. So in other words, you have the investment, the price, we call it an investment. You have the investment that you're offering as your pay in full. Sounds really basic, right? Except here's what's really interesting. I had a client a few years ago who was in the certified coach training, and I didn't know that she had skipped this. She was only allowing people to do a payment plan, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So she had 0 pay in fulls. And I said, why is that? Because that's kind of unusual. And she said, well, I never offer it. And I was flabbergasted. Why would you never offer the option of pay in full? That's the option we lead with. And her reason was because she was insecure, that she didn't trust herself. She didn't trust herself that if somebody paid in full and that money would come in, she didn't trust herself that she would actually be able to hold on to the money. And more specifically, because I do a lot of money coaching with our certified coach training students, more specifically, she was worried that her family would take it from her. Now that's really personal and really sad, but at the same time, that's why I'm saying don't skip these just because they sound obvious. All right, so having pay in fulls is fantastic for creating an influx of cash, and cash, of course, is queen in your business. You always want to first offer pay in full. Second payment strategy is offering a payment plan option, okay? Now, again, this may seem obvious, but the opposite of that client I just spoke about, I had a client who would never offer a payment plan. She's like, nope, if they don't pay me in full, I don't want them as a client. And so she also had trust issues, but it wasn't that she didn't trust herself. She actually didn't trust anybody else. So the reason this hurt her in her business, because it did hurt her in her business, on one hand, it was great because all her clients were fully committed, which pay in full, when someone's paying full, they're fully committed, and it's a great thing. But by cutting off the option of a payment plan, what she was doing was losing out on a certain percentage of people who really wanted to work with her, who just didn't have that type of money available. Like, let's say they didn't have room for that on their credit card. So she really cut herself out of easily 20 to 30%. She could have had at least easily 20 to 30% more clients had she done a payment plan. So we offer both. I really am into both. We do have the bulk of our clients come in as pay in full, which is awesome. And I'm going to tell you in just a minute how we help make that happen. But some of the things about payment plans that I think you need to know, and here's some of the detail, because coaches make a ton of mistakes offering their payment plans. And again, it doesn't have to be that hard or complicated. It's very simple. So some of the mistakes they make are that they let the payments go on too long, or they don't charge what I call an upcharge. So there's no upcharge for a client coming in who's accepting that payment plan. They let clients miss payments, and yet they still continue to deliver service, which is a big no-no. They let payments get missed and then drag on out with the coaching, drag on out after the coaching done, which is also, while it's not impossible to prevent, it's something that you really want to do certain things to make sure that doesn't happen much, if at all. Let me just be really clear. Oops, sorry. Ladies, let me be really clear about something. Offering a payment plan is simple, and it only gets complicated if you are wishy-washy on your boundaries, all right? It's not that big a deal, but it does show you where you need to be really clear and clean on your boundary. So let me give you a tip here, a couple of tips. You always want to make sure that your payment plan, that the last payment of that payment plan ends before the end of your coaching program that the client signed up for. So for example, let's say it's a 6-month coaching engagement. You're offering a payment plan. Do you offer 6 payments? No. What I would recommend is that you offer a 3-pay or a 4-pay, maybe a 5-pay. Don't go out beyond the 5-pay. Don't do a 6-pay. You want them to be completed before the last month of your coaching together, okay? All right, so let's talk about payment strategy number 3, which I mentioned a moment ago. And that has to do with payment plans, and it is charging what I call an upcharge on your payment plan. So an upcharge is where the total amount that a client will pay on a payment plan adds up to more than if they chose the pay in full option. All right, so let me give you an example. Just to give you a quick and easy example. Let's say you have a 6-month client and you're charging $5,000 for that 6-month client. So on a pay in full, it's $5,000. On a payment plan, I mean, you have to decide, but it could be an upcharge of $600 or $800. So if somebody chooses a payment plan, they end up paying $5,600, or they pay $5,800. Somewhere in there is really good. So here's the tip on this, because this is one of the mistakes coaches make. They make the upcharge, if they charge it at all, which a lot of them don't, which is a big mistake. The mistake would be to only have an upcharge of like $100 or $200 or $300. Don't do that. That's going to just drive a lot of people into payment plans, and ultimately that's not what you want. Ultimately, you want 100% or as close to 100% pay in full as possible, because it does make for committed clients. It's great for your cash flow. So so the tip is to upcharge enough that the person, your prospective client, they really see the value in having the pay in full. And if you do that, you're going to start receiving a lot more pay in full clients. All right, payment strategy number 4 is always charging a non-refundable deposit. Again, this relates to payment plans, because if it's pay in full, it's a pay in full. There's no deposit. So always charge a non-refundable deposit as really the first payment. So the key here, and this is where I see people making a huge mistake, is you have to be crystal clear that this is one-time non-refundable. So when we mention that we have a payment plan, we'll say we have a payment plan, and we'll say there's a one-time non-refundable deposit of X amount. And then the remaining 3 payments or 4 payments or whatever it is, all right? So again, let me give you an example, because I'm often asked, well, should the deposit be the same amount as the other payment amounts? It's really up to you. We have found deposits of below a certain amount work really, really well. So for example, let's go back to our $5,600 example, where it's pay in full was $5,000, payment plan is, let's say, $5,600. And so the deposit, then you could do a deposit of $1,500, one-time non-refundable, and then a remaining 4 payments of $1,025. Or you can make the deposit, we actually do this now, you can make the deposit, this amount, the same as the other payment amounts. So in this example, the $5,600, it would be one-time non-refundable deposit of $1,120, and then 4 remaining payments of $1,120. Okay, so do you notice the languaging there? I keep saying one-time non-refundable deposit. So let's talk about that non-refundable piece for a moment, because I have people ask me, well, do you ever have to refund it? And the answer is no. So the point of making the deposit non-refundable, it's like, here's why you want this, is in case someone changes their mind, because people do change their mind. Things happen. So what we do in that case, and it's pretty rare, we don't see that very often, maybe, I don't know, once a year, twice a year of all the people we have come into our coach trainings. I mean, once or twice a year, it's a tiny number. So if it happens, we tell them, we remind them that deposit was non-refundable, and that we're happy to apply it to something else that we have to offer. So we can apply it to that. And that usually works really well. The other thing that we do, if nothing else is appropriate or you don't have anything else to offer, you can say, well, it is refundable, but I'll tell you what, you can come into the program anytime in the next 6 months or 12 months. We're pretty generous on this, so we usually say 12 months. And that deposit will be there for you. It'll be applied to the program investment at that time. So it's there for you. So that's how we also use it, okay? That's it. It's simple, it's easy, it's uncomplicated. Here's the thing that I want to recommend to you. Don't skip having payment strategies. Don't wing it. That's why I asked you to write these down and fill in your own numbers next to it. Don't skip this step, because money loves respect. Money loves to be respected. It wants respect. So when you write this down, when you are respecting money, you're being a leader, which is what I'm all about. You're being a leader inside of your business. All right. So you're going to feel confident. You're going to be credible. You're going to know exactly how you handle things. And while you might, I don't know if I even want to open the door to this, you might make an exception here or there, and I suggest you don't, then at least you're making an exception from a basic protocol that you have, as opposed to not having any protocol and every client is kind of willy-nilly and different. You don't want that. All right, so I hope this has been helpful for you. I have some other great training on pricing that's in that 45-minute online webinar training I mentioned earlier. So you can go to coachtrainingmasterclass.com, and this is especially for you if you are thinking about coaching women entrepreneurs. That's something you want to start doing as your coaching career, something you want to transition into. It's maybe something you're already doing and you want to get some real training and skills in this, and you want to get that done for you content. Or maybe you already have your business and starting to work with entrepreneurs is an income stream that you want to add to your business. So if that's you at all, I want you to go watch this training. It's wonderful. It gives great content. It's only 45 minutes, and it is coachtrainingmasterclass.com. And in there, one of the things that I teach you is some more specific strategies on actually how to price your coaching. All right, so it's really worth your time to go watch that. All right, so thank you. My whole career is dedicated to you creating a lucrative, soulful business that you are 100% in love with. So I hope this has been helpful for you today, and I'll see you again on the next video very soon. My love and brilliance to you. Mwah. Bye-bye.